Here we are, the HQ Ute 72. Just doing a bit of work, trying to get the starter mechanism to work. Now, as you can see, I've pulled the steering wheel off, pulled out all of the indicator mechanism and whatnot, the horn mechanism. I've unbolted the steering column and dropped that, and I'm now in the process of taking out this ignition switch and replacing it with another one that I bought, which is a second-hand one, but hopefully it'll work. The only trouble being is I ordered it online, second-hand unit, so even if this doesn't fix the issue that I have, I don't know whether it's because it wasn't the ignition switch or whether the ignition switch that I've purchased is itself faulty. So what I've done here, this is the lever that controls the ignition switch. So when you turn the barrel, that pushes on a cam, pushes this lever here, which is hooked into the underneath and the back of this unit down in here, and clips in behind that little tab there. I know it's pretty hard to see, I know the lighting is really bad. It's one of the fun things about doing mechanics, is that you get yourself into some really fun positions. So little tab there, I'll just whip this out, this might be a bit better. So here's the ignition switch itself, that's the little tab at the end of my thumb there, and underneath you can see a hole in here. That's where that bar goes in, so you slide it in on an angle and then rotate it to bring it back round. So I'm in the process of disconnecting this unit, and I am going to put on the second-hand one that I bought, which for all I know doesn't work either, but I know this one's not working. So my best option is to try the new one and hope for the best. Hopefully that'll stay there now, so I'm recording which plugs come out of where. So that's the bluey is on the left closest to the camera, the brown on the right closest to the camera, so I'll push that one over there, this one to there, and then coming from the left I've got what looks like a purple one. Not exactly sure how these units unplug. Oh, the whole unit unplugs as one, that's really handy. Righto, and here is the new unit. It's off a Torana, LJ Torana, but I'm hoping that they are pretty much exactly the same. Not quite. So that's the way that one attaches to the steering column, and that one is attached to the steering column the same. It's got that up there, which this one doesn't have, but yeah, meh, whatever. The plugs look all there and all look the same. I don't know whether there's anything wrong with this unit or not, but hey, all you can do is try. So I'll put that one in, see if it has some effect. So first thing to do is to attach that unit into there. I reckon that's on. And then attach that unit into there. Then we grab that one. put it into there. Then we just got to hope that they line up. Bring that in. That was wrong. Okay, I mucked that up, didn't I? Hang on. This is what you get when you get a bit gung-ho here sometimes. Because nothing is going to work unless I connect the barrel cam rod. I don't know what the official name for it is, but that's effectively what it is. So, oh, you're kidding me. It's backwards. It's not going to fit on this one. The barrel cam rod goes in here, which is on the side with the 3 main pins on it, which lines up on that angle. With this one, there's no barrel cam rod hole on that side. Barrel cam rod hole is on that side, and it points in the opposite direction. Okay, so you probably couldn't see what I was talking about down in the vehicle. That's the new one. This is the old one. If we look at them from the same side, this is where the bar from the cam on the ignition barrel comes in, and then right angle goes into there. When you put it onto a lock, it slides over there. That's on. That's start. This one, viewed from the same side, doesn't have it there. It's on the opposite side. So when I bolt them on, instead of the bar coming nicely in here and sliding in there, it's on the wrong bloody side, isn't it? What I'd like to do is try and figure out how I can test it to see if this one is faulty or not. As you can see here, there is an actual hole in the other side. It's that unit that is different. If I could put that bracket on there, it'd work. Not exactly. Geez, they're pretty tight. Don't want to break it. Shit. I reckon I've pretty well wrecked it now. Shit. Who puts these things together? For Christ's sake. Whoa. Original intention was, oh, I'll just pull this unit off and stick it on this plate. When I pulled my original one here, which is this, and all those bits in there, I didn't realise that the section inside was just going to pop out. And it did, and all those bits fell over, off and out, and all over the bench. And I have no idea how you replace all these pieces into those pieces and then insert that. So once you've got all those pieces in there, you then put this on there and slide it in there, and it supposedly stays there. It dismantled itself when I did. So what I decided to do was to take this unit off differently to the way I took that unit off, and put it onto this plate here so that I can screw this whole unit back on. I've got my original plate which operates from the right hand side, but with an LJ starter mechanism on there that operates, that actually will be operated from the right hand side, just like mine is. This is my new LJ unit on my old bracket, put together so that it now functions. So be very careful pulling these things apart. Okay guys, I've now put this rod, which is now on the correct side, into the back of that ignition switch. I've connected up all of the wiring and I have bolted it back on again, and I shall sort out some of this cabling here that needs to be strapped onto that. That just holds that in place there. I can sort any of that out later, but this is the big moment to see whether it was the ignition switch or not. So first thing I'll do is I'll hit the immobilizer, which this is a aftermarket immobilizer in order to not have my classic ute stolen. Please God, out of gear. Please turn over. Listen to that. It's not going to go because I haven't pumped the accelerator. It's got an electronic accelerator and it hasn't run for weeks, so it's going to take a bit of time to get it going again. But listen to that beautiful noise. That works. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Now all I've got to do is put the whole thing back together again. Okay, well, this is the big test. She hasn't gone for quite some time, so I don't expect it to spring into action. I'll probably have to turn it over for a long time because it probably hasn't run for 2 months. Actually, 2.5 to 3 months. So we'll see what happens. See if it turns over for a start. Interested in that or what? Got to warm her up though, can't just let it idle and die.